All right, what's going on, everyone? Supreme Kami over here. So we are gonna be purchasing the build project Seltsam Gundam over here. So I don't think I have all the materials needed to get everything out of here, but I'm just gonna pick something that's a little bit more aesthetic because the whole suit of the Seltsam, I would say it's kind of power crap by the try burning them, and then this week's double shield quanta by a long shot already. So if anyone is kind of curious, like, or whether or not to get the soul, so I would say the torso is something you can still kind of get, just because of the word tag, and then the stat is decent in about, I would say, and then also the double melee boosting is something to kind of consider about. But other than that, if you do want some cosmetic purposes and some aesthetic, I would say the head is pretty good. I would say the head does look pretty cool. I guess there is kind of like an extra eyes in the front. You can say kind of like a mask to me. Yeah, it kind of does look like a mask and all that. But other than that, I would say the Soul Sam is pretty cool though. Like in terms of the head, arm wise, you're looking at one big and small, so you kind of get the overall idea of that. That really colossal arm right there. But the things that I'm going to be purchasing today is actually just going to be the head. I do have just enough to get the head right here. So bam, all right, completed. The torso I already have. I'm currently using it already, so no need to purchase that. Gonna obviously get the arm because the arm is actually gonna be a cutscene EX skill, so we're gonna be testing that out. Just to see if it's gonna be anything of a awakening type esque over here. So that's what we're gonna want to find out as well. And then the last thing we can pick up is gonna be the back, because I think the back is something that's a little bit more asymmetric in a way. So I guess we just kind of get that just for the aesthetic pleasing of that. So let me actually build out on a skin, because I don't actually have the legs, so that's what we're gonna do as well, right? Just gonna try to cover that up. In terms of the hyper Decidon over here, I can't really Death Lance over here, I can't really get at. So I'll probably, this one does have an EX skill right here, but we're not gonna use it. Unfortunately, can't get that, but here it is, all the stat right there. Even the folding Death Lancer here, I can't get it as well. So pretty unfortunate, but that is pretty much okay with me. I think those are just the only parts I really wanted. The leg does, I would say, have the same amount of, like, in terms of like portrait stat, are somewhat similar to the double quanta. So I'm not, that's why I didn't pick it up. And then the word tag right here is not anything, I would say, not anything too particular I need to get, so that's why we're not using that. So let me actually build a team. I do need to put a part that has an awakening gimmick, so I can test out if the arm EXU is any of a awakening or that sort. So I'll probably be using like a unicorn leg. So alright, so let me build a team and then we'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. Here is the full set. Not really full set, I don't have the legs, so but here's just the upper torso body. Got the head, got the arm, got the backpack of the Soul 7 over here. So here's how we're looking at so far. In terms of the leg, I went for the Banshee Door leg, so I can, if the arm cutscene EX skill does turn out to be an awakenable EX skill, we will know that when the Banshee leg goes into the what is it, the destroy mode version of it. So that is that. In terms of just the EX skill, we're looking at the Soul Side Marvel over here. So it's gonna stir up a windstorm to lift your enemy and scare them into your hyper death lance over here. So that animation does look kind of like savage, so that's why I gotta pick it up, right? It just look pretty good overall. Right now, at base level 1, we are looking at a raise your melee attack of your squad by 20%. Also going to raise shot defense by 10%. So you're going to be doing a little bit of both, actually. This one does have an alteration, obviously, but I'm probably not going to alterate at the moment. I just want to see what kind of damage we can be doing at this moment, and pretty much it, right? In terms of the other one, we're looking at the the shoulder, the shield binder over here. That is going to be a, so this one, if you want to do the, if you want a better power wise in terms of better output, you are going to have to alterate it, because only right now you're only doing D power, so that is not going to be doing anything too impressive overall. So it's going to deploy the floating death launcher from the shield and perform a powerful ranged attack over here. So I'm going to be using this on my melee builds over here, so hopefully we can kind of get a pretty good sizable idea of like what kind of damage we can be doing. I'll probably just take this on to like a, I don't know, just maybe like a regular multi-mission, not multi-mission, like a mission creation and all that. Then probably gonna come back around and just take on, I feel, runs onto let's say some multi missions and all that. So let me see if I can just find like a single person and just kind of bully them, bully their missions and all that. Probably I'll probably just pick the first one, right? Just simple as that. No extra gimmicks and all that. How many enemies do we have? Okay, we just yeah. Let's do this one then. This one will work for sure. All right, so let's. In terms of the pilot, I just went for something that has some mass as well because in the actual show, in the re-rise and all that, the actual pilot of the Soul Sam was kind of under like a manipulation. That's why he was having a mask and all that. That's why the unit Soul Sam does have some sort of like a mask as well. And like in the actual anime, he can just shed like once he stopped being manipulated, he just kind of shed all the armors of the Sosa and turned back into. I don't know what's the original unit is, but in the show you can do that. But in game, this is what we're looking at. Just the Sosa himself. There's no other gimmick, right? So let's hop in out and see what we can do. All right, what more map is this? But how many enemies are we facing? Look at that! Look at that arm though. Okay. Waiting. I'm waiting for it. Whoa. I'm not gonna use the shield binder. Let's do this. Oh, it is a awakening skill. Yeah, yep. It's confirmed to be awakening because you see the unicorn banshee like this kind of open up right there. Wow. That did a lot of damage. I mean, granted, the enemy we're looking at is not anything too powerful. That's why you're not gonna see like any I would say damage decreased right there. I would say, but wow, that's like a 1.7. If you take into consideration every hit that he took, you're probably looking closing into I want to say maybe like a 2.5 million ish, but that's pretty powerful. So I'm gonna hop back in with another setup. This time around, it's gonna be my 83 or no 93% CD reduction. So I should be able to use the Soul Slam arm a lot more, like probably a few times into the match. So let's hop into that setup right now. All right, so we're back. So I labeled this as 83, but I think it's around 93% C at the moment. I had the wrong naming on that, but in this setup over here, I should be able to use all the E skill. I would say a good amount of time, so we should just be able to see just a lot. I would say in terms of the shield binary, we don't expect anything of a good damage because my shot attack is only 27k, so don't expect some big number, right? But I think the most important thing is trying to see what kind of animation we can get. In terms of damage output, it is gonna vary in the between everyone's build because like you have your stats, your trade that kind of like sets off like how much power you can do and compared to mine, right? So that's what we're gonna be looking at over here, just trying to see like this overall animation, right? So let's sum it out and see what we can do. All right, we are in right now. So unfortunately, in this setup over here, I don't have any ICD or just initial charge, so I'm not gonna be able to use the E skillet right off the bat. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I'm gonna hit. That arm is so massive right there. It just looks so asymmetrical. Like, why did I do that? Okay, back up. Let's see what this do. Okay, I mean, it looks pretty cool. Like that swing forward right there. I gotta say, I do kind of like it and whatnot. So let's use this right here. I don't think it's anything of a dash. I don't think it's a dash. Yeah. So here's the problem with E skill, right? Because most of the time when like this, I guess it's more of like a me problem. I'm not gonna be right in front of the enemy. So let's say I'm in like a really far range. Like most melee E skill or Kissy E skill does come with like a dash in. I would say that's good, but like this one over here, we don't have it. So that's it's just a little bit unfortunate to be honest. So I guess it's gonna take a little bit longer, huh? Just to recharge right here. Huh. I thought 93% would be like a pretty good ideal range, right? Let's see. How many people we can come on. Well, I guess that's another test right there. If you get hit by any projectile like those bazooka rounds, you're not gonna survive it. You're not gonna be able to like get your E skill out in time, so that's unfortunate. I guess that's something you should keep in mind as well, right? Let's see. We're close enough, right? Let's do it. Yay. Okay. So that's why from left to right is not an AoE attack. So that's something to keep in mind, I guess, right? Because maybe someone would thought, oh, that swing may be like kind of like an AoE attack. As you guys can see, none of them did get hit in that situation right there. So, all right, back up a little bit right there. Okay, they're not really chasing me now, huh? Let me see. What is the range? Yeah, you can't. If like your enemy, if all the enemy in the right situation did line up together, you would have enough firepower to just kind of knock out all of them out. But unfortunately, they were not really lined up in a way. They're all kind of like in a zigzag kind of like formation, so you're not not gonna get everyone right. So okay, all right. I mean, let me just use one cutscene exit one more time, and then that should be pretty much it. I think you guys have seen enough of it already. Hopefully, right? Okay, so when you use it, you do have to be in close proximity. This one is gonna be an awakening cutscene exit, so that is something to keep in mind right there as well. Like the animation wise does look clean. Like, not gonna lie, this one does look pretty clean. So all right, so let me just hop out of here. Alright, so that being said, that is pretty much it for the Seltsam over here. I would say, like any of the build project, like in terms of the overall stats, portrait wise, EXP wise, the EXP was good, but other than that, I feel like Seltsam did come out on a bad time where it just kind of immediately got replaced in a way. I would say try burning in some level. It does compare a lot to what Seltsam is trying to do right here. So I would say if you guys did pull strictly for the try burning, I guess you can kind of just use that one instead, because both the try burning and Seltsam does have extremely high armor, but try burning is slightly better, right? And this one is gonna be extremely hard to get, obviously, because you do have to spend a lot of horrors just summoning to get the material. I feel like not a lot of people will do that. Maybe if they would focus on like one or two parts, but like if you're trying to get the full set, that is like woof, astronomical like horror spending right there. But other than that, I would say the double shield quanta in some ways to kind of take the ground in a bit. Because the arm in this one, in terms of like a melee build, the arm is the most important part. This one does have an insane amount of stats that is coming, but this one unfortunately is the arm EX skill, so the double quanta obviously, the sheer quanta obviously going to be a lot more better. That one has some amazing stats, amazing portrait and all that. But all in all, if you're talking about the aesthetic of the Seltsam, definitely is eye-catching right there. Like just look at those asymmetrical like head antenna right there, and they the most importantly the asymmetric is the arm. You got one big and small, so I feel like a lot of people do like the overall design of that. But whether or not you like it for the aesthetic or just for the portrait wise and all that, I feel like this is gonna be a little bit more of an expensive esque of it. So whenever they do release the original version or just the what you call it, the Unsoulsam version, I guess. I think a lot of people should be able to get that. Probably, I would say if they do release it, that would probably be in a 4-star pick ticket version of it, or just the standard version of it. So that being said, that is just overall just my final verdict for the Seltsam Gundam over here. And then with that being said, I will catch you guys all on the next one.